Hey guys, Goggsy here, and I hope you've had a fantastic week. Today may be Saturday, and it's the end of the season, but I still wanted to bring to you a Saturday upload. This is just an update on the channel. I'm going to be saying a lot of things in this video, and I just want to know what you guys think about what's happened in the last season in this section of the internet. A lot changed for me this season, both off camera and on camera. Of course, we developed the channel into something that's more than just a Motherwell channel, and I wanted to start going to more games and have a sort of neutral aspect on football, because I feel like I can enjoy the football more when Motherwell aren't involved, and I'm a bit more relaxed at the games than when obviously Motherwell are playing. Some of you may remember that I started the season working at Stennismuir Football Club because I wanted to get into club media, and then this season just transpired completely differently to how I expected it to, which is not a bad thing at all. If you cast your mind back to Tuesday the 9th of July, I lost my job at the time, and it was a shock to me. It was a wake-up call I needed, because I wasn't really performing that great. The greatest thing that could have happened to me was losing that job, because I managed to bounce back. The full of July I was basically on gardening leave, so I couldn't really go out and get another job in the field that I wanted. So I just put all my time and effort into YouTube, because I just thought, I've got a month to basically do whatever I want, get my last paycheck, and then hopefully move on into another day job while I can do YouTube on the side. And I loved it. I fully focused on YouTube, and it was the first time I've properly had a taste of doing YouTube full time since COVID, because I streamed a lot during COVID. Back then was probably the biggest season I'd had as a YouTuber at that point. And now, looking back on this season, is the best season I've had as a YouTuber, period, because I've managed to go to so many games. I went to 86 over the course. The channel gained about 600,000 views over that time, and across all platforms we're probably looking at 750,000 views, which has never happened to me before. At the end of July I decided to leave Stennismuir because things weren't really working for me. I wasn't really creating as much content as I'd like to, because at that point I was willing to sort of put YouTube on the back burner, come back to every other week or so and still put out content. But as things transpired, I just decided to leave Stennismuir, and I went to Edinburgh City to work as a more sort of freelance role. All I really was doing was editing highlights from games for Stennismuir, and I was doing the Instagram stories, and I didn't feel like that was really worth my while. And of course, having my own YouTube channel where I dictate what goes out is completely different to having all these rules to abide by. So when I went to Edinburgh City, I was doing a more freelance role. So I was still taking footage and shooting more content, but it was very much a come and go as you please sort of thing. With this season coming up, I want to just focus on YouTube. So as much as I've got great relationships at Edinburgh City, I may go to one or two games, but it won't be a regular thing, just like it really wasn't over the course of last season. At the tail end of August, I got a new job, and I've been there ever since, and I've loved pretty much every minute of it. It's working in football, so I get to have regular conversations about football, which is a great thing for me. It's just been great. They've accommodated to me being able to sort of go to as many football matches as I can in my spare time, and I really do have the best of both worlds. I run football tournaments, I work behind the bar sometimes, I work on reception, I work on football pitches, maintaining them, and you know, it's a bit of everything, and it's a good variety of stuff to do. And up until this point, I didn't really have a job in which I really liked, so I was bouncing between places for the last 2 or 3 years after I left uni, and now I've got a bit of consistency in my life, and that's what I needed. Then in the autumn time, I learned that our flatmate was going to be leaving, so my rent was going to go up and living expenses were also going to rise. So I decided to diversify the channel further and start looking further afield to what games I could go to. And in that time, I decided it was time to engage more with my audience and engage more on the channel, because YouTube, it's not a life-changing amount of money I get. You know, I still have to work a full-time job to support my my life. But the best way to probably describe my YouTube earnings without giving away any figures is that on a really good month, it can be essentially a fifth week's worth of wages per month, which is not a lot, but it's still a difference, and it gives me a bit more financial freedom. In the months that followed, I went to Old Trafford to see Man United against PAOK, which got 40,000 views, which was almost unheard of for me. And then I've also been to Greece, and I saw Scotland unfortunately get hammered by Greece 3-0 at Hampden, and that's now the most viewed vlog on the channel with over 63,000 views. I've also been to numerous cup semi-finals. I've been to both cup finals this year, and a third cup final if you want to count the SPFL Trust Trophy. I've now been creating content on this channel for 13 years, which is 50% of the time I've been on this earth, considering I turned 26 in July. I've also gained 2,000 subscribers since October, which is the most the channel has grown in a season, considering we were stuck on about 11,000 for a year and a half essentially. Since then we have surpassed the capacity of Fir Park, which is obviously, you know, the home ground of my own football team, which is absolutely insane. So we're now at a crossroads on the YouTube channel. I love everything I do about it. To some people it's just a hobby, but to me it's much more. When I'm creating content, I feel like I'm myself. I feel like I can do whatever I want, and it gives me just an absolute buzz being creative. Like I'm even enjoying just sitting chatting to you guys face to face, because I haven't really done that before, and sometimes you've got to be honest with everyone, because you guys are the ones sitting watching me week in, week out, and I really appreciate all the support that I've had this year and the years running up to this. But we're now at a crossroads on the channel, because I want to do more, but unfortunately there's not room in the budget. I also have to spend more time with the missus. For those who don't know, I've got a partner and I want to spend more time with her this year. So I'm really at a point where I'm thinking, how can I grow the channel while also, you know, keeping my responsibilities going as well? Because the last year I've sort of spent more time on YouTube than anything else. And there have been points in this year where I've taken on an extra job just so I can be able to afford YouTube, and it's got a bit excessive. In this next part, I don't know how to approach it, to be honest. But we are now at a point where I feel like we've got a good community going on the channel. We have a lot of people who comment regularly, and I appreciate you all. So I think a lot of people will understand why I'm going to be suggesting this. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been looking at installing memberships on the channel. Now, don't panic. Nothing's going to change in terms of content. I'm not going to put anything behind the paywall because I don't believe in that, and it's only shortchanging myself. There are two tiers to this membership offer. Now, the Day Tripper tier is a package that is more for people that may only watch once or twice a month, and it's usually when Motherwell get beat, because that's obviously when the influx of subscribers and views come from. However, I'm going to offer you some perks. Now, a lot of this is YouTube based, so you'll be getting loyalty badges that come up next to your name when you comment. You'll also get your own emojis. You'll also get priority reply to comments. So if there's like 10 messages from the public and then one message from a membership, then I'll be going to the membership first and just replying to them first before coming to the public comments. Also, you'll be getting access to a monthly calendar in which you'll find out before anyone else what games I'm going to go to that month, so you'll know what to expect. All of that is £2.99 a month, so I mean it's not a great deal, but obviously it adds up over time. And then the second tier is the Groundhopper tier. Now, the Groundhopper tier is more for the people who watch a lot more content that I produce. Maybe you follow me on TikTok, or if you watch YouTube regularly, and you comment on every video. This is targeted towards anyone who's able to. If you're going to put your lunch money into this, don't. This is for people who are in the position to, you know, spare an extra $5.99 a month, because I've got some decent perks in here. You get a member shout out in the description, you get photos and status updates. The reason why it's £3 more expensive per month is because I'm giving the members a choice. I'll be putting out a poll every month saying, look, I've got a free date on this day. For example, the Premier Sports Cup fixtures have just been released and Motherwell have a free weekend in the last weekend of July. I could either decide to work my day job during that weekend, or you guys can decide which game I can go to. So those in the Groundhopper tier will be able to dictate what game I go to that month. Now, it will be usually a time where Motherwell or Scotland aren't playing, so it won't coincide with my usual content. And this will happen for the full season, and hopefully for the rest of my days on YouTube. Obviously, the more money that we raise on the channel, the more glamorous a game I can go to. So for example, if we were to raise, I don't know, £200 a month, then that would pay for a European away day. So I could go to a Europa League match abroad, or I could save that for going to the World Cup in America. It really is up to you guys, because in a business sense, you are the consumer. So I want to know what you guys think. I want to know what you want to see. Because I could go to 4 Motherwell against Livingston matches a season and not really get much from it. Or we could look to go elsewhere and try and grow the channel in a respectable manner and be able to go and see some really cool stuff, because there's nothing more I love in a productive sense than creating content, going to the football. I would get a bit of money from it, but to me the reward is the process of making a video and editing. And maybe one day, you know, it's a pipe dream, but if I did become full-time on YouTube, then I'd be able to give back to you guys. You know, I'd be able to do giveaways. You know, I could afford to tell stories that I want to tell. As much as I love going to Motherwell every week, or going to see Motherwell play, there is a ceiling, unfortunately, and you can't make a career just going to watch Motherwell every week. So this is where I'm at, guys. Now, depending on how well the memberships do and if it sells, then I may be inclined to open up a third tier, but I don't expect that to happen for the next year. And I will be honest with you guys, I will not see a penny personally from whatever's raised from the channel. All of that is going to go to channel expenses. So we're talking about editing software, we're talking about travel expenses, we're also talking about match tickets. Like, the more money that is raised on this channel, then the more things I can do and the more time I can put towards this. And I can focus more on you guys. Over the last year, I've achieved things that I could have only dreamt of, like being able to go to Greece for a week and being able to record content over there and enjoy just being part of the Tartan Army, going to other Europa League games, Conference League matches. For me, there's other things I want to enjoy and I want to be able to experience. Like, I really want to go to places like Napoli. I want to go and visit PAOK Stadium. I want to be able to go to the World Cup next year, which is a pipe dream. I can't afford it right now. I can realistically afford going to the World Cup if I stopped going to matches for a whole year. But I don't want to do that because it hampers the channel, it doesn't give you any entertainment, and I won't have an avenue to create content. So we're now at a point where I want to develop the channel further and I want to be able to put more time into it. But I'd only be able to do that if we were to raise a fair amount of money in the memberships. And it is a passion project at the end of the day. If you would like to see the channel be developed further, if you want to see more things, if you want to help dictate what happens on the channel, because it's not just my channel, it's a channel for all 13,868 of you, then just let me know what you think. Because we're now at a point where, obviously, I'm getting a bit older, I'm not getting any younger. I have to sort of decide where my priorities lie. And I don't want to stop YouTube anytime soon. So with that in mind, let me know what you think in the comments. And I really appreciate all your time and effort. Seeing the amount of support the channel's had over the last year, there is nothing on this earth that makes me want to stop this. I have, of course, researched this, and I know other people that have their own membership schemes. I also know that with some people it's flopped and they've lost popularity on YouTube. I don't want to do that, so that's why I'm coming to you guys, being so honest, and you know, I felt quite vulnerable making this video. We're now at a point where I want to develop the channel further. I want you guys to enjoy it more, and yeah, just let me know what you think.